Captain Kidd has been disrespected a lot by a lot of the One Piece fandom in the past several years. That level of disrespect got a little bit less throughout the fights on Wano, but the disrespect is still there. And to be clear, this video is not about defending Kid. If I've already said and made a video about what he should have done or what he could have done if he was indeed smart. But I think that some folks are taking it a little bit too far, to the point where they're putting Kid below Zoro in the power tier. And while that is disrespectful enough, I can see why they're trying to make that argument. However, putting Kid below not just Zoro but also below King and Sanji, I think that is that is taking it way too far. So what I'm gonna be doing in this video is I'm gonna be looking at the flaws in Kid's fighting style. But just before I get into that, let me just say that Kid's durability alone, what he has displayed throughout the fights that we've seen on screen, that alone proves that there's nothing that those three characters that I just mentioned, there's nothing that they can actually do to put out Kid, because and Kid's biggest and truest L came through Shanks, and Shanks, in my opinion, is the most powerful pirate uh, alive, probably ever. But anyway, as for Kid's fighting style, so the I have a huge issue. I'm gonna try and keep it in story, so I'm not gonna make this an Oda thing. I'm pretty much just gonna be focusing on the character Kid. He fights in a really, for someone that's an engineer, he fights a little bit too slowly for, like, he gets into his actions too slowly for my liking, because the way Kid fights, right, the way he fights, Luffy would be the worst one-on-one opponent for Kid, because he's, by the time he's there gathering junk to launch an attack, Luffy would just go second gear or Snake Man, and that could be it. Or at least push him. That could be enough to put him in a situation where Luffy can then finish him off afterwards. He fights too slow. He attacks too slowly. If you look at the fight with him and Law versus Big Mom, a lot of times he needed Law to either come up with some type of delay mechanism in order for Kid to then launch the attack. The one impressive thing that he did in regards to power, in my opinion, was the damned punk thing that he used to attack Big Mom. And because here, a truly the smartest thing for Kid to do, and his power is, Kid's ability is one of the most impressive, one of the more impressive Paramecia class powers in the entire universe, in the entire One Piece verse, and he uses it in a really one-dimensional, low IQ, brain farty type of way. If you have that power, what he should have done, rather than leave himself naked to attack, he should have gone into a lot of the fights with both offense and defense, meaning he should have been in a giant mech suit, right? He should have been, like a transformer. He should have had a full body, like, consistently throughout the fights. He should have had that over himself. That would be his defense, while his offense now would be the junk that you see him forming. For some dumb reason, he leaves his body open, and a lot of times the junk, when whatever weapon or device he uses, when that's destroyed, a lot of times he forms a new, he forms something with other junk rather than just instantly repair that just got destroyed. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't, at least from what I can remember. So those are some of the issues with Kid. And spoiler alert for Majo Tyson, but there's a character in Majo Tyson that has a similar ability, and she uses it. She actually uses it uh, smarter than Kid too, because she doesn't go into a full body mech like what I'm suggesting, but she is capable of separating multiple of the mechanical body parts and use them in like a telekinetic manner, uh, simultaneously while just attacking, while she herself is fighting those the metal detachments. Those are attacking her opponent as well. So yeah, Kid, he's not weak, but he's stupid, right? So if for the folks that for whatever reason want to sink Kid lower and lower on the top 30 list or whatever list he's on, uh in regards to overall power, uh you have to put him higher than some of the characters, or the characters that I mentioned. You have to put him higher than those, and plus the fact that we know that two first commander level fighters can't really beat an emperor. uh and they did it. They defeated Big Mom. However you want to look at it, a defeat is a defeat. So we can't put Kid lower than characters that are firmly in that first commander tier. But if we're talking about smarts, there's an idea for another video. There's an idea, because Kid would definitely not be a top tier smart character on my list. But that's it for now. Subscribe if you haven't. Catch you in the next one. Peace.